Cha! Ha! Cha! Hoss!
Of the Modern Day Hero series. This is a series where I talk to not only heroes on screen, but heroes I believe in real life as well. And I have the Okumbo family here with me, and if you guys would be so awesome to introduce yourselves.
Of course, well, I'm Jordan Okubo. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I'm the second oldest of the family of four. We only have three here today because my little brother is dealing with all this school stuff right now, but he's killing it with that. And I'm 22 years old.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Kelia Okubo, or also Kiki Okubo. I'm 17 years old, also from Denver, Colorado. I'm the youngest sibling out of my three older brothers.
Oh, you are the youngest.
Yeah. And yeah, I also dance too.
Nice.
And I'm Cameron Okubo. I'm 28. I'm the oldest of the four, and same, born and raised in Denver, Colorado. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sweet. And by the way, all of these guys are ninjas. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I was really, really excited to have you guys here. I wish I could have had your younger brother because that would have been awesome. But so I relate to you a lot, Kiki, because I'm the youngest of a martial arts family as well. Youngest and only girl. So I think I thought you were actually the middle child. So
Oh, really?
I thought you two were the middle. So you actually are the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. That's awesome. So I'm the youngest of my family of 5 older brothers. So I thought it was really cool that I get to get you guys in here and talk to you guys about what that is for you. So, getting into our first question, what is it like for each of you individually to be in a martial arts and such a talented family?
You want to go first? Because I took the last one first. Up to you. Up to you.
I guess, yeah, sure. I guess, I don't know, because neither of our parents really did martial arts. It's just something that
Interesting.
I feel like we kind of fell into.
On your own.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jordan
wow.
started first before any of us.
I was going to ask that next. Who was
Yeah.
the pioneer? That's awesome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he started, and then I think just watching him and seeing, all these people do these amazing things, it kind of
Yeah.
inspired the rest of us to,
Wow.
really jump into it.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything to add at all.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you individually, Kiki, but I'll let Jordan go first. So what is it like for you being, so obviously we answered that question, you were the pioneer to kind of lead everything. And what was that like whenever you saw the rest of your family kind
I
of?
thought it was cool. I thought it was
Getting in
really
there with
cool
you.
because we do everything as a family. Train together, all that. And as soon as they started getting into the martial arts, it was like, wow, this is really cool. My
Yeah.
dad even did it for a little bit. I mean, he wasn't too
No
serious about it.
way.
Yeah, he got up to green
What?
belt, and then he had some knee issues.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he had to stop because of his knee.
Yeah.
But we all just kind of fell in love with the sport and the movement of it, and it's just really cool because
That's
it's
so
become a
great.
real family-oriented thing.
Yes.
Even back, my uncle and our cousins, Duncan and Mason, also did martial arts, have their black belts in the same
Wow.
system that we do.
Wow.
So it's it's really, really cool. Yeah.
That is really cool. And Kiki, what is it like for you being in a family of all ninja brothers?
It's like cool at times because like they said, like we can train together and stuff, and it's just something that we all grew up doing.
Yeah.
So it's like such a big part of like not only our childhood, but we're gonna like carry that for the rest of our lives.
Yes, absolutely.
So just being in a family where everyone except for our mom really is involved with it,
I
it's
was
like
that too.
yeah, it's something like that we all kind of share together.
Yeah, absolutely. And when did you guys all individually get into martial arts? At what age?
Well, I was about 7 years old. I started because I was real quiet. I'm still quiet now, but my mom put me in because to raise my confidence and all that. But eventually, I just really took to it. I like the sport, everything that came with it, But that was when I started. Was about 7 years old.
I was actually 4 when I started.
So you started the youngest.
Yeah, but
That means she's gonna surpass. But
Oh yeah, no, she already has.
Yeah.
Whoops us.
I was also doing gymnastics at the time, And when I started at 4 years old, I was really into like the sparring and stuff.
Mm.
But at 4, they don't really put
Let
you
you,
in
right.
that. So I ended up actually choosing gymnastics, and
Oh.
I quit karate for about 6 years
Uh-huh.
and started again when I was 10. And by that time, I had been done with gymnastics, so all my focus went straight
Wow.
into karate.
Wow, and I'm sure the gymnastics flowed really
Yeah.
well getting into it
Yes.
with the movement. Yeah.
I started when I was 13, so I was a little later. Martial arts was something that I kind of always wanted to do, but I didn't really find my way to it until 13. I tried some other sports, like I had done swimming,
Really?
and that was pretty much my main thing was competitive swimming up until 13.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I got really bored of it. And I saw, Jordan, doing karate and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
and then remember there was this demo that they had done, and I saw this kid do a flash kick, and he threw a staff between his legs and landed. And I was
You
just
were like, I
I
want to
do that. Yeah.
I want to do
That's,
that. Yeah, and I feel like there's so many different martial arts and there's so many different styles and so many different things that I feel like you can just never ending, learning. And, part of being a martial artist, I believe, is always being a student. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
guys feel like that
absolutely,
too?
100% of the time.
Yeah.
100%.
And what is the styles that you guys are proficient in?
So Cameron and I have our black belt in Hawaiian Kempo,
Hawaiian Kempo.
which we're in Master Bill Ryosaki system, his
Wow.
lineage. So it's a mix of karate, which is more specific Shotokan,
Yeah.
as well as judo, jiu-jitsu, kempo, and then kickboxing.
Wow. Yeah.
So
You
it's
guys
a very
got a
versatile,
Solid
real cool
mix.
art.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the main system we trained up in. I got my first degree there at People's Kempo Karate under Chuck and Carol Cordova, who were trained by Master Cecil Peoples.
Wow.
And Cam got his second degree there, and then he could talk more about that. But
Yeah, again, Jordo pretty much touched on everything. I mean, that system was incredible, especially trying to get more involved with like the entertainment industry with
Yeah.
fights and stuff. It really gave us a good base knowledge of like all our basics and stuff, which I'm very, 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 very thankful for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a crazy cool style just because you got a good mix of everything. You have the real hard traditional stuff like you were saying with the Shotokan. We didn't really get too much into like the Shotokan forms and stuff. A lot of it was more, I don't want to say grappling judo oriented, very self-defense oriented.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I mean, it was great. I'm very thankful for all that knowledge and still use a lot of it today.
Nice.
So
Nice. Heck yeah.
then, yeah.
I got my first degree black belt in American Freestyle, which is basically Taekwondo forms, but the
Gotcha.
Kempo self-defense.
Nice.
So it's kind of like a mix of both.
Yes. Very nice, guys. Very nice. So, did you guys, like, y'all's whole family move to LA
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time?
Or, yeah, pretty much at the same
Did
time.
you spur that? as well?
Not really. I mean, we all kind of like it is crazy. Like we've all kind of been like in like the performance aspect of
Yeah.
like the world. Like we're always like performing, doing talent shows.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
know,
said
like,
you're shy.
Yeah.
I don't- I guess what would you define as shy?
Well, I'm not really
Like-
shy. I'm just like. I guess it takes a little bit to get to know me. I guess.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
like,
gotcha.
I don't know, but
But you're not afraid of performing.
No,
I
I'm
know
not.
that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not afraid of performing, but like something like this, I'm like, coming over here, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm,
Or you
I'm
have to
real
talk.
nervous. Yeah, I have to talk. Like, I'm just,
You're doing fine.
Yeah, but, no, but yeah, we've always like performed pretty much our whole lives.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Demos and then like sideswipe performances. She did a performance with a group called Sideswipe in Cuba, which
Wow.
she could talk
That's
about.
amazing.
It's crazy, but like from there, I guess we all just kind of wanted to be.
And y'all
like,
were stationed
entertainment.
in Denver, I
Yeah,
believe.
Littleton, Colorado, to be more specific, which
Gotcha.
it's a
like
suburb. Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like on the outskirts of Denver. the more-
Got it.
Yeah. But after I graduated, we moved out to California with our family, our whole family. Like my mom and my dad are
Wow.
like super supportive, which I'm very thankful for.
Wow.
Like, if it wasn't for them,
Wow.
it'd be a lot harder, like so much harder.
Absolutely.
But
And how important do you think that is to have? Because like I said, you guys are all a part of this. How important is that? Do you think to have a supportive grounding like
I think
that?
it's very, very important. Obviously, there's people that have done it without that, and mad respect to them. I think it's great. I think we're very lucky to have that. Like,
Yeah.
not a lot of people do,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But you know, our family's always been very supportive about what we want to do, you know, our goals, our dreams, you know. If it's not necessarily going to college, then it's cool. But, you know, like my little brother, he's a real into school. He's going to be a teacher. He's killing it right now. He's going to be going to UC Irvine. And,
That's awesome.
you know, so they're very supportive of that, but they're supportive of her dance, our
Yeah.
stunts. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
awesome.
Now, did you guys all come out here with the idea that we want to get into the entertainment industry?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. That was pretty much why we moved out here. Because even going back to our Kempo days, our instructors were involved with the entertainment industry out here, too.
Really?
Yeah, so
Back
yeah, Master Bill Ryusaki actually was a stuntman, and his son, Ryan Ryusaki, is a stuntman out here right now.
Wow.
And, you know, our instructors always said if that's something we wanted to do, you know, LA was the place to be. And we've heard that, you know, growing up, you know, numerous
All
times.
the time,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, it got more serious the more we started to compete and, you know, meet more people. And, you know, we were finally like, you know, this is where we need to be. So after I
Absolutely.
graduated high school, you know, picked up and moved. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's been great.
Now, was that a smooth transition for all of you guys? Kiki's
Well-
like, well, hold on.
Well, my main focus at the time we were moving was competing on the NASCAR circuit.
Gotcha.
And I kind of knew that with the skills that all of us have, I knew that they wanted to do stunts, but for me, I don't think I really had like a set goal or idea of what I was going to do until a friend of ours, Travis Wong, said that I should try dance. So he said that the martial arts and the dance would pair really well.
Yeah.
And so I got into dance and I just loved it.
So you got into dance here?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't move here
Wow.
as a dancer. I like started
That's crazy.
here.
And you guys have only been here 3 years? 4 years now?
4 going on
About
5.
4.
Four going on
Yeah, I
five.
think going on 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I've actually seen some of your videos and you're amazing.
Thank you so
I
much.
can't
Thank
believe
you.
that but you know, they say that if you can dance, you can fight and vice versa. So, yeah, I totally believe that. So did you guys, was it a smooth transition? Did you guys start working immediately? Were you guys even looking to start working immediately?
Gosh, I mean, she was still in school. I had just graduated, and Cameron and I got very lucky. There was an audition for Universal Studios Hollywood for an upcoming new show called it's for Harry Potter World, which is the Triwizard Spirit Rally. So it was probably like 3 months after we moved out here. We auditioned for that, and then we got the call in like December or whatever.
3 months for you, I think. I've been
Oh,
out
yeah,
here a little bit,
so-
but I hadn't started working like in entertainment right away. I did a couple odd jobs. You know, I worked at the local Bonds for a little bit in the deli.
Gotcha.
Terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Now we know.
But then I worked at I worked at LA Fitness for a little bit. You know, so
Gotcha.
doing the whole gym membership
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and then after that, you would come out and
Yeah, I forgot. So yeah,
Wait, so
basically.
you came out here first?
Yeah.
Me, Kiki, Christian, and our mom, I believe. Was that right? And then, Dad and
Yeah.
Dodo.
Yeah, it was
Y'all
crazy.
stayed back.
Yeah, because I wanted
Tell me
to.
the story.
Yeah, it's wild. We all made the decision that we were gonna move to LA pretty much,
Right.
and you know, with the school year starting with my little brother and Kiki, my mom and dad were like they wanted to get them there before the school year
Wow.
started, so they didn't have to transition like in the middle.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
they like move from the school you're already in to a brand new school midway through the year, and so my mom, 2 brothers moved out there. And then my dad stayed back with me, and we lived with my grandma, and so I could finish my senior year because I only had 1 year left, and I wanted to
Yeah.
graduate with my friends.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So I was like, I'm gonna wait, you know, finish off the school year, and I lived with my dad for a little bit, and then he ended up, or I ended up trying to convince him to move with the rest of the family because. I knew he wasn't truly happy, you know, staying in Colorado by himself, you know, because
Yeah.
I was out, you know, I was teaching at the time.
Yeah.
I was in school, so I was out with my friends teaching, you know, I was barely home, but, you know, he wanted to be in LA with the family and everything, so it took, like, maybe 4 or 5 months to try to get him to be like,
Let's
yep, go, you know, and then he finally moved out there.
That's awesome.
I graduated, they came back, and they moved me out. And, they moved me out in 2015, like, literally a month after I graduated. They all drove out, picked me up, and
That's awesome.
packed up my stuff and, you know, went out. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, did you guys experience any Like, what were the really big, like, shocking differences to you guys, or challenges and struggles that you guys had to overcome moving to LA and trying to get into the entertainment industry?
Gosh.
I feel like this is something that I'm still trying to work on is just making those connections, you know,
Yeah.
getting out there,
For
you
sure.
know, that sort of thing. Because obviously that's something that I feel like we've always heard, I mean, especially with stunts,
Yeah.
is, you know, networking, making connections, making friends, you know, that sort of
Mm.
thing. And so there was that, and just, I guess coming out here, there was no real education on what you need to do to break into the industry. No,
Right,
it's more
right.
just like, you know,
Everything's hush hush.
yeah. So
yeah.
I think just kind of figuring that out, because you know the normal, I guess, mindset is you go to school, you get an education,
Yeah.
and then you start your job. There's not really like a stunt education.
No, yeah.
It's like, you know, based on like your skills that you have and
Mm-hmm.
like that sort of thing. So I think just figuring that out was a little bit more difficult, but
For sure.
you know, thankfully, you know, we had some friends that were out here already, and you know, people that we had already known,
That's always nice.
and you know, they were nice enough to help us out and give us
That's
some
great.
input.
Yeah, yeah.
I think my biggest like challenge didn't really have to do with anything in the industry, but the time that we moved, we moved when I was going into middle school.
Okay,
So like a
gotcha.
completely different school,
Just
middle school, leaving
Yeah.
like my friends behind and stuff,
Yeah.
and just basically like having to start over at
Yeah.
such like a young age.
absolutely.
Like that was probably my biggest challenge, and I'm all good now.
That's good.
And I'm very thankful that we moved out here, but it was just hard moving
For sure.
and
For
just,
sure.
you know, leaving, but I'm very thankful that
Do
we
you
did.
guys miss Colorado at all?
I miss family. That's it. But there's really nothing out there for me, to be
Yeah,
honest.
as far as
yeah,
right.
you know, we went back there like July, and it was great to see family and everything. But it was like, I need to get back.
Yeah,
there, you know,
I
need
wanna
get back
start
LA,
working
Yeah, I need to get back to
again.
work.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
But,
And any struggles that
yeah, you know, for the most part, it was just, you know, training different things. I was huge in the extreme martial arts and tricking. Like, I
Right.
loved to do that. That was, like, my favorite thing to do. So I would do a lot of tricking, but, you know, moving out to LA, learning that you need to do a lot more than just the tricking. Like, stunts requires, like, a lot of, like, the fight and, like,
right. But
you know,
do
like,
you feel like that came natural to you because
yeah,
you guys...
yes and no. Yes and
Yes.
no. It
Interesting.
did because, you know, we had the basics of, like, you know, the basic punches and, like, all
Right,
that.
right.
And, but for camera work and stuff like that, it needs to be, like,
Totally.
more, less practical.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to get over. I'm now, like, just getting it right now, and
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. But,
Yeah.
like, taking your punch from and close to, like, wide so the
Wider.
camera can see it. And, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know. I'm still working on, but that was the biggest struggle. But
Yeah.
other than that, you know, it was real nice. It was like a clean slate. Like, I came out here and I was like, I'm ready, you know. So
Do you guys also... Now, do you do any stunt work, Kiki? Or are you really focused on dance?
I'm really focused on dance right now, but if I were to ever get like an offer, I would take it. But yeah, I'm pretty focused on my dance right now.
Nice. How often do you incorporate martial arts moves into your dance?
Pretty much only like if I'm at an audition or
Yeah.
something, because they always say like, if you have any specialties, go ahead and do it in the freestyle.
Nice, yeah.
And so I decided to just do that because it sets you apart from
Yeah, absolutely.
everyone else, and
Absolutely.
it's a specialty that I have. So.
Definitely, definitely. So even though you guys are all amazing martial artists and you guys are a big family, what do you guys think are your main differences individually? Just getting to know you guys a little bit better as
That's a good question.
individuals.
Man.
That is kind of hard. I mean, obviously, I feel like, you know, personality.
Yeah,
We're all kind
for
of different
sure.
personality-wise.
Even like goals and even, you know, where you see yourself in the future.
Man, you know, that's kind of, I don't really think about that too much because we're usually like,
All together.
yeah. So,
I think mainly probably just like career-wise. Like
Career-wise.
they both want to do stunts,
Yeah.
which is like kind of the same.
Yeah.
And Christian, the youngest older brother, he wants to do school and be a teacher.
How old is he?
He's turning.
he's 21.
He's
or
20.
excuse me, 20. I'm sorry.
He just turned 20.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I want to do dance, so I feel like that's different,
Yeah.
and like our personalities too.
Yeah.
tricking style too.
Yeah, tricking style.
Tricking
which is
style's a
cool.
big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed
Movement
that
style in
whenever you
general,
Yeah, I
guys
would say, you know.
were moving, that you guys move different.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
it's
you
real
guys
cool.
move different, but you guys all train basically in the same gyms.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's so
Yeah, it's
interesting
cool.
how that happens.
Mhm.
So interesting. What do you guys think in all of you guys' careers, individuals, were some mistakes that you had to overcome and learn and grow out of and adapt for you guys individually, if you had any?
Taking bigger risks, you know.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like I had to go out for this one camp one time
Uh-huh.
for like a whole month, and I was like real nervous about it because of like the training and the people I was gonna be around. I never met any of these people before, and my mom and my dad were like, "This is gonna be good for you. Like you need to do this. Like you need to do this." And I was like, "Okay." And you know, just like taking bigger risks, you know,
Right.
going into the unknown, and
Right.
getting more comfortable with the uncomfortable.
For
If
absolutely.
that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
absolutely.
that's like, you know, me personally. But,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
For me, it's like, and I'm still working on it right now,
Mm.
is like just overcoming like the social anxiety and in
So
general.
do you guys all feel like it's hard for you guys to open up to new individuals?
Yeah, until you get to know me, I guess. But I mean.
I
A
feel like
little
it's
bit.
really easy to
Yeah.
talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, good, okay, good.
Like I don't get that at all from you guys,
Well,
but
you know, I hate talking about myself.
Yeah,
you know? It's
for
like,
sure,
you know,
for
it's like
sure.
a weird type of
Yeah.
thing, but like, you know, I'm trying to work on that. But.
Yeah.
As far as like mistakes and stuff, I feel like I just need to get out of my comfort zone more to kind of go off of Jordan's.
Yeah.
Because you know, again, growing up doing martial arts and stuff, you know, that's really been, you know, like my circle, my comfort zone. You know, that's what I know. You know, and just coming out here and branching out and trying different things, whether it's like parkour or another style of martial arts, you know,
Right.
or you know, different weapons. You know,
Yeah.
just breaking away from like what I really know and like branching out. I feel like.
so do you guys feel as a dancer and stunt performers, martial artists, do you guys feel that it's better to be more diverse in this industry? And as far as I know, dancing, there's so many different styles as
Yeah.
well, and martial arts, there's so many different styles. And stunt perform, there's people who set themselves on fire, who jump off buildings and drive cars and do the
Yeah.
fighting. So, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think it's to be as versatile as you can. You know,
Yeah.
have as much in your arsenal as you can, because the more you have, the better. You know, people get their scuba cert to be stunt performers. You know,
Wow.
which is you don't really think about. You know, like anything you can think of.
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle riding. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just have it all, and you know.
Now, would you guys get into like scuba diving
Yeah,
and like
actually,
riding,
I- yeah.
all of it?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You guys would get into all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
All of
awesome.
that,
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy amazing. That's crazy amazing. And for
Yeah.
you, Kiki, do you feel like even in the martial arts and dancing, do you feel like you try to diversify yourself?
Yeah, I feel like he said, like the more skills and tools that you have in your back pocket, like you're open to do more jobs and stuff like that. Because
right.
if
Absolutely.
they're comparing you to another person, but you have more styles under your belt and stuff like that, they're most likely going to take you, because if they need to switch it up or something to a different style, like, and you're good at it,
Right.
like you're fit for the job. So it's
Absolutely.
just like the more the better that
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know a lot of people, just kind of countering y'all's point, a lot of people think that like specifying into one thing and being like the best at that. What do you guys think about that aspect?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I also don't think it's necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you could be really, really good at that, but then that's all you have.
Yeah.
You know, you could have that, and then all these other opportunities are passing you by
Passing
because
you by,
you're
right.
only good at this, and then you get that one opportunity every now and then because
Yeah.
you're good at that. And some people like that, you know, but you know, I don't think it's good or bad.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I think I don't think it's a bad thing to have more. You know,
Gotcha.
ever.
I
Gotcha.
feel like everybody's gonna have their specialty no
Yeah.
matter what, just because. But I mean, like, you know, it's exactly that. You know, the more that you have and the more that you know, I mean, I feel like the better off you'll be. More opportunities. So present itself to
Definitely,
you.
definitely.
So.
And what is some advice that you guys would give to anybody who's trying to enter the entertainment industry in general? Anybody who's trying to move out to LA? Any advice that you guys can offer as far as that goes?
I'm still a baby.
Yeah,
In this industry, I'm still a baby. So,
yeah, same. I can't give too much
But
advice.
you guys are doing it.
But
And that's the thing. So I think about it. I know that's a hard question sometimes. And I know you guys are like, I don't like talking about myself. No, but I think it's good for people who aren't even there yet. You know what I mean? Because some of these people in the audience, I know they haven't even taken the first step of moving out here or even taking a class yet. So what advice would you have for those guys?
take the first step, if it's to be out here, then take the first step. Try to do whatever you can to move out here. Find people to train with, facilities to train with, like Jam. Jam's a great place to train. It's like the place to go when you're in LA for like stuntmen and like, trickers, dancers, all that.
Movement, just anything.
Any movement, there's, learn from everyone, But, just take the first step, get out here, or get to where you need to be, pick up the skills you need to do.
I would say just be fully committed to
that's a good one.
what you want to do, because if you're going to move out here, you can't be like half in, half out of what you want to do, or else your dreams will never come. You have to be 100% committed to your dream so 100%. That you can make it happen.
100%. Yeah, and there's this saying that if you don't know who you're going to become in 5 years from now, you're going to be the exact same person.
Yeah.
Do you guys
That's awesome,
agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. That's amazing. Yeah, I think that vision is real important. Always having that future vision of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Any more advice that you'd like to hand out, any of you?
I would just say, follow your passion, no matter what it is. Especially if like these guys had already touched on, if it's entertainment, depending on what it is, just like follow that and go at it 100%, because if you're not gonna be happy doing it,
absolutely. Absolutely. And going into the passion aspect, how important do you guys think it is to train and practice as much as you can? Because I know Jordan, the way I met Jordan was he worked on one of my little short Instagram videos that I do for content, and he was having a conversation with my crew, and he was saying, I just want to get better, and I just want to get as much practice in as I can. And I was like, that's awesome. And I think, what do you guys think about that as far as like practice? How much should you practice if you really want to get good at something?
You should be practicing, as much as much as you can. Like, if you're not practicing your skills, you're not sharpening them up, they're gonna rust away with all the others, because people that are constantly training every day, and if you're not doing that, you're gonna be left behind. So I think it's super important to get to whatever gym you're doing, or do whatever you need to do to get your training in for that day. Whatever it is.
There was a good analogy. They said, I forgot who said it, but somebody said, it's like a full-time job. Some of these people are putting in like 8 hours a day, like how people are putting in a 9 hour shift at work.
Oh yeah.
They said it's a good way to look at it. If you want to get good and be a professional, what are other professionals doing? They're working, sharpening the craft.
Oh yeah.
It's also important, because everyone wakes up on some days and they're like, I just really don't feel like training.
I'm so glad that you touched on that.
Yeah, you have to be very disciplined in your mind to force yourself to at least try.
Yeah.
Because there's people who will feel that and they won't act on it, so they just end up not training, which is okay to do on some days. Everyone needs a break, but you can't not train every time you feel like that.
There's times you have to push through.
If you feel like that for a month straight, are you not going to train for a month straight?
Right,
you have to you have to pick your days where you're like, okay, I really need to rest.
Absolutely.
And then pick your days where you're like, I need to fight through this and keep going.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you said that. And what are some of the rituals that you guys have to get yourself going in the gym, training? How often do you guys all train as individuals?
Well, for me personally, I hydrate first thing in the morning. I try to get as much water as I can, because I forget to drink water throughout the day.
Important.
Yeah, very important. My gosh. But I work Monday and Tuesday at Universal. So I try to go to Jam at least Wednesday, Thursday, and then sometimes I work Friday and Saturday, depending if they need me. And then also, weightlifting stuff I need to get back into and stuff. But that's pretty much my schedule. I'm, at Jam.
And before I switch you guys' between all of you, what are your ways to get yourself in the right mindset to do these things? Because, like she said, it's not always easy.
Focusing on, like you said, that 5-year projection of yourself. What do you want to be in the next 5 years, next 10 years? Do you want to be where you're at now, or do you want to be,
Absolutely.
way up there?
Absolutely.
And then also looking at, people that have done it before.
Absolutely.
If they could do it, I could definitely do it.
Absolutely.
As long as I put in the work and keep it up, there should be no reason why I don't, make things happen.
Yeah.
So, just that
For sure.
projection, that
Love it.
constant, picture.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's that constant, in those moments, putting in that forefront and like, okay,
Yep.
let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm at school every day until 12 or something. So after that, I usually go home, get something to eat, and then take like a little nap after school. And then when I wake up from my nap sometimes, that's when I feel like pretty groggy.
Yeah.
But music is something that really helps get my mindset and get
interesting.
into it. And then after I start listening to music and then picturing myself.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I like everything, and
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Everybody hates when I say that.
Yeah.
But like literally, if it's a good song, I'll listen to
Yeah,
it.
like people usually like a certain genre, but if I just like a song, then I'll just add it to
Yeah.
my playlist. and
Definitely, that's so cool.
It just I have every single genre you could think of.
Yeah.
And just seeing where I want to be and my goals that I want to reach, I can't afford to just sit around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very nice.
As far as like motivation and stuff, music definitely. Any sort of motivating music that I can throw on, that'll usually get me up and going in the morning.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts.
Oh,
on my way
nice,
down to work
yeah.
and stuff. That's another one.
Who do you listen to? I'm curious because I do that too.
Oh, definitely. I listen to the Jamcast a lot. That's a
Oh,
big one. And
nice.
then the 8711 podcast is another one because they have a lot of good
Yeah.
information in there.
Yeah.
And then as far as schedule, I'm down at Universal usually Thursday through Sunday.
Nice.
And then depending on the show.
And that's practice as well, right?
Yes,
Because-
yes.
Yeah.
And
so that
I
counts
like
as
to use it as
practice
training.
as well, yeah.
Yeah. Depending on the day, sometimes I'll be there on Wednesdays. And as far as Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll usually maybe take one day to rest, and then other days I'll try to study. I watch a lot of movies lately. And,
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Is
Yeah.
I watch a lot of movies and shows and study.
Yeah,
study.
definitely. And are you more of the stunts or just in general? As far as in the movies?
In the as far as watching
When you're
them
watching,
and stuff,
yeah. Because I
at
do that too, so
first-
I'm curious at what you pick
it's a lot of it is the stunts, but at the same time, since I've started watching more, I feel like I've really gotten more into the story and the cinematography.
So are you guys, any of you, interested in getting into acting?
I'm not opposed to it. But it's not something I'm super focused on right now.
Right.
Obviously, it's good to have for the stunts.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
I don't want to be specifically just an actor as of now.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really interested in the stunt work.
Yeah,
And then a little bit
absolutely.
of acting on the side.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah, definitely. Sweet stuff, guys. And what would you guys like to see for the future of this industry as a whole happen? Because all of you guys are involved in very different ways. Even though you guys are both stunt performers, it is different. What would you guys individually like to see happen in this industry as a whole?
Keep evolving. There's these young performers that are coming up that are incredible. I don't know. That's a hard question. I would just
It
say
really is, yeah.
catering to different styles, different movements.
Because this is
I would
this
like to
is
see
a type of industry. One, it's at the forefront of everything.
Mhm.
What is everybody paying attention to all the time? It's this thing, or
Mhm, yeah,
the
yeah,
TV,
yeah, yeah.
or
Mhm.
what's on the news. It's all in your face all the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we
true.
have, I believe, as performers, a duty or a job to try to change this industry and make it, the best that we can. And what's something that you guys would like to see evolve in this industry?
I like to
And
see
going back to the diversity,
Yeah, the
yeah.
diversity, more movements. You're seeing a lot of tricking, being involved in stunt work now.
Yeah.
A lot of the judo, jujitsu,
Yeah.
which is really cool now.
Really
You never
cool.
really saw that way
Really
back when.
cool,
You saw a
I
lot
know
of
it,
high
I
kicks and
know
stuff.
it.
But a lot more of the practicality. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just say constant evolution of the
Yeah.
the industry and what they use, you know.
I would say it's kind of happening right now. The diversity, which I
Yeah.
really think is really cool. You know, no matter what it is, but it seems like more and more people are getting recognized.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
like one style anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, just diversity in general.
Mhm.
And like I said, I feel like it's starting to happen right now. And
I believe so too.
Yeah.
I believe so too.
I'm not really sure because every industry is different,
Absolutely.
but they're also kind of all connected in
Right.
a way. So, like they said, like evolving to be more diverse and
Yeah.
more maybe like accepting
Yeah.
and stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, there's this, I know around Oscar time, there was this argument going around that stunts should have Oscars and be recognized. What do you guys think about that conversation?
I think it's
Absolutely.
absolutely, you know,
Yeah.
these coordinators and performers and, you know, the whole team should be recognized
Yeah.
for their work. You know, they're
Yeah.
putting their lives on the lines, you know, daily,
Absolutely.
you know.
Mhm.
They're a huge part of the, you know, the
Absolutely.
projects itself, you know. And to not have them recognized is kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Absolutely.
It's such a big part.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a huge
Yeah.
part of, like, the industry,
Exactly.
you know. So it's
Exactly.
but,
But to kind of add on top of that too, again, I can't remember who quoted this, but they always said, no one department is more important than the other.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm.
everybody,
Yep.
every industry,
Very, very
no matter
true.
what it is. But and that's something that I'd like to see too
Yeah.
change.
Mhm.
Because no matter what movie it is, I feel like, or TV show, there's always some sort of stunt.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
no matter how
I
little
agree.
you think.
Yeah.
so.
And if you're involved in any type of project, you deserve to be eligible to be recognized for that,
Absolutely.
no matter how big or small people think your job
Absolutely.
is, whether that's stunts, acting, or just someone behind the camera.
Yep.
Everyone should have the possibility to be awarded for their work if
Mhm.
it's a good job.
I agree. Good stuff, guys. And lastly, well, I have two more questions, and then we'll get into a little secret fun part that I have for you guys at the end.
All right.
What are your major goals, or what's like your dream role or dream job? What's something that you would really like to see yourself doing in the future?
Me personally, coordinating choreography or choreographing, doing more stunts,
Yeah.
But I think after my body says no more to that,
Yeah.
I think I'll take on more more the creating aspect,
Yeah.
the other side of that.
Yeah.
But until then, just keep training up.
So what would be, hypothetically, even if it's not like a real thing yet, what would be like the perfect job for you? Like this, as far as like anything. I guess.
Anything.
Yeah.
Okay, the perfect job. Stunt actor.
Stunt actor.
Yeah,
nice.
you know.
Yeah.
Where I still get to perform.
Yeah.
But I get to act a little bit and maybe
Absolutely.
even have a hand in the choreography
Absolutely.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
So maybe even down the road directing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. But
It's amazing.
yeah.
That's awesome.
My goals for the future and stuff, it kind of goes in an order. I really want to dance for an artist and go on tour.
And go on tour.
Because I love traveling. It's one of the things that makes me so happy. And I also love dance. So doing both of that
Is like,
and performing, that's
so
just...
who would be your ideal artist? Who's
I
like,
don't know,
I want to dance with this person.
I'm watching the Chris Brown, or not watching it, but I see videos of the Chris Brown tour and
Yeah.
Khalid's dancers
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's just so inspiring to watch. And every time I see a video, I'm like, I want to do that.
I want to do that.
And after that, I would love to get into choreographing. That's not
Nice.
really my focus right now. I'm just focusing on training
Yeah.
my dance
Definitely.
to be a dancer, but eventually choreographing. And then after all of that, I'm really into photography and videography too. So going into that and maybe directing eventually something.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Immediate future, just more regular stunt jobs, whether it's fights or anything else like
Yeah.
that, but just getting more involved with that. But as far as the far future, I don't know.
Yes, I want
feel
it all.
yeah, everything. I'd love to write, direct, and perform in my own original movie or short or something like that.
Yes.
just because again, like watching all these different great films and stuff.
Absolutely.
You get inside these people's heads. It's just like, wow.
Absolutely.
It's something that I'd love to do.
Absolutely.
Create something that's completely like my own.
Yeah. Yeah, good
So,
stuff. And feeding off of that, last question, what is each of you guys' favorite movie? Doesn't have to be action,
Ooh.
just in general.
Man.
Favorite, if you could give me just one. It doesn't have to be like the most favorite, but just one that you're like, this is great.
Gosh.
And you can name a few too.
I think one's Inception for sure.
Mm.
Inception, I love
Great
Inception.
one. That's a great one.
It's a great
Gosh.
movie.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, and give me your favorite stunt performers and actors too.
Oh,
okay.
And dancers.
Dang.
Okay, well, my favorite movies right now would be the John Wick series.
Nice,
Because I'm
yes.
all into the action, the
Dude, I
practicality.
still haven't seen John Wick. What is it, 3?
Yeah,
With the
you haven't seen
dogs?
it? Yeah, you
I
guys
still
see
haven't
It's
seen
so
it,
good.
so-
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out.
But feeding off of that, my favorite stunt performers are Micah Carnes, Jeremy Moranis, Daniel Graham, Anis Trufra. Those guys are legends, and I had the privilege of training with Micah a little bit on my XMA and tricking.
That's awesome.
During the competition days, and they've really inspired me
Yeah.
to get into it.
That's awesome.
So it's like-
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick a favorite movie
Yeah.
because like I really like I don't really watch movies that often,
Oh,
but like
gotcha.
recently within the past year I watched Bohemian Rhapsody.
Was
and
that good?
Yeah,
I heard that was
loved
really good.
it. Like seeing the stage and stuff like
Yeah.
that, I'm like in his performance, like it's so cool. Like
Yeah.
especially as a dancer to just watch someone who's not a dancer like like just a music artist performing and how art all ties together.
Yes.
Like that was really cool to watch. And some of my favorite dancers, there's so many, like
Just 3. Give me 3.
Lucen Noel, Wildebeest, and Janelle
Nice.
Janestra. I love all of them. They're all so inspiring. And yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
My performers, they're pretty much the same as Jordan. Those the OG tricker
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
they're incredible and they work so incredibly hard. And just seeing, where they started and like where they're at now, I mean, it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I was younger, I grew up watching a lot of Jackie Chan. Not his older movies, unfortunately. I still need to watch some of those. But I mean, like Rush
I'm
Hour
right
2.
there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 2. And just again, that man's work ethic and like where he started and like just the amount that you hear that
Yeah.
he does. It's
And
incredible.
going back into, you were saying that you would like to eventually make your own films and things of that sort. Jackie Chan was a pioneer
Yes.
for that, and Bruce Lee was a pioneer for that. And a lot of people don't know that they produced and made and directed their own films. And
Incredible.
I think, a big part of why they are who they are in history and in cinema and the entertainment industry is because they just said, even if you don't want me, Hollywood, I'm going to knock this door down and I'm going to do it anyways. So I think that's really awesome. It's really
Absolutely.
awesome. That was the end of our segment. Thank you guys so
Thank
much
you
guys.
for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank
It
you
was
so
so
much.
much fun. Where can we guys find you online?
Well, my Instagram is Jordan Okubo, as well as my Facebook and YouTube.
Sweet. Oh, you have a YouTube too.
Yeah, I don't really post a lot on there. I
So
just,
mainly
my,
Instagram?
Yeah, mainly Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, my Instagram is @kiki.okubo.
Make sure you get that dot.
And mine's the same. It's just Cameron Okubo, at Cameron Okubo on Instagram. That's it.
Nice. All right, guys, make sure you follow these ninjas and amazing dancer and amazing stunt performers because they are ones to watch out for. Make sure you guys show them lots of love and comment below who you want to see on this podcast next and this series next, and we'll get them here. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.